Welcome back to the third part of What's New in Autodesk Inventor 2018, a deep dive into new functionality. This is Andreas Ernst Wagner and I'm a designated support specialist in the Enterprise Priority Support at Autodesk. In this session we are going to cover sheet metal and assembly design enhancements. Let's begin with the sheet metal design enhancements. As you may know, as of Inventor 2016, the multi-body port environment was extended to include sheet metal ports as well. But a limitation of multi-body sheet metal ports was that they were required to share a single thickness. The rules now let you define a unique thickness for each body. The face and contour flange command as well as the lofted flange and contour roll command support unique thickness rules. So, starting with two sketches intended to function for two separate multibodies. As you may know, the multi-body design methodology provides you the capability to design as you would be in an assembly environment, but all design functionalities are available. Each multi-body can be derived to an Inventor part file. I create from the first sketch containing the rectangular a sheet metal face body. Going away from the default sheet metal rule and using a different one owns a sheet metal thickness of 1 mm. Afterwards, I use the second sketch to create the bracket. Even using a company-specific sheet metal rule containing 0.5 mm thickness. At the current stage, I've created a sheet metal multi-body with different sheet metal thicknesses, what wasn't possible before Inventor 2018. If there is a need to change the thickness of a multi-body, right-mouse click on the wished multi-body browser node and call the set sheet metal rule command. There you have access to your rules. Inventor lets you specify different unfold rules for features in a body, but there was no easy way to sync all features to use the same rule if you had changed your mind. The Inventor 2018.2 update introduces a new command that lets you sync all features to use the same unfold rule with one click. So let's move on to the assembly design enhancements. Starting with a couple of small enhancements. When you open an assembly with the open dialog, you'll see the find command is an icon now instead of a button. The last saved information was moved below the thumbnail preview. Also available and mentioned earlier, the easier access to the Express mode. Instead of clicking through the Options button, you directly access the Full or Express mode in the shown drop-down menu. In File Open Options, I mean the Options button left beside the Open button, the Full or Express mode combo box is also available and replaces the Open Express checkbox. Massive enhancements have been made on the Shrinkwrap tools. To get a first impression, you can see the Inventor 2017 Shrinkwrap dialog on the left side and the new Shrinkwrap dialog on the right side. It is still one command, however there is a Components tab, a Features and a Create tab available now. Each of these tabs provide you a comprehensive functionality to reduce the complexity of Inventor assemblies. Formerly, the Shrinkwrap command was quite hidden. You had to go on the Assemble tab, click on the component drop-down, then you could access Shrinkwrap commands. In Inventor 2018, you can directly access the Shrinkwrap command on the Assemble tab. Once you've the new Shrinkwrap dialog in front of you, there are a couple of highlights I'd like to mention before we go into the demo. You can remove components that are invisible like parts, assemblies, and a few representation, for example. Further, you can remove all part features like holes, pockets, fillets or chamfers and optionally, interactively select those you would like to keep. There are the two views, included and excluded, which show you the component sets which should be kept or discarded. If necessary, you can quickly move components from one set to the other. You can edit the resulting simplified component using the same workflow you used to create it. In Inventor 2017, there are still differences on how you could edit an existing Shrinkwrap. With the Associativity checkbox, you can update the resulting component when the source assembly changes, including non-Inventor models. Another small but useful hint. In assembly documents, the Simplify tab has been retired and the commands moved to the Simplification panel. The Simplification panel was formerly the Simplify panel. So, enough theory. I have already got a Shrinkwrap part on my screen and would like to change a few things. Right mouse click on the concerning browser node and edit Shrinkwrap assembly. I found the complete internal parts of this assembly weren't excluded during the first Shrinkwrap creation. The Select to Exclude command allows me to interactively select components and to move them in the excluded component set. Currently, I'm in the Included view. That means each component you can see will be included into the future Shrinkwrap part. To get the housing cover back, I quickly switch to the Excluded view and select the cover again to move it to the included components. Moving to the Feature tab, I'll limit the number of holes at first. The Remove All Detected Holes option is going to remove every hole is available. The preview gives you the result which may be expected. I quickly undo the complete hole removal and select the Do Not Remove Any Hole option. This assembly should have mounting interfaces for other components. So I have to keep these holes in the back and these ones in the front. The first idea is to use a maximum diameter to achieve the wished result. Unfortunately, the maximum diameter only removes holes are up to a specific diameter value. In this case, all holes with a diameter of 5 mm and smaller are removed. I go back again to the Remove All Detected Holes option and choose the Detect Features button. This command gives me a visual view of all detected holes of the model. With the Preserve Feature command, I simply chose those holes I'd like to keep for my Shrinkwrap part and shall function as mounting holes. As the preview shows, the concerning holes are preserved. Next step is to close pockets aren't needed for the Shrinkwrap. I use the Remove All Detected Pockets command, requires a face loop range. I select the edge of this cut and all pockets within the measured loop range will be removed. I'm also going to remove all fillets and chamfers isn't usually needed for a simplified Shrinkwrap. That's it. Click on OK to apply my changes. I get into the part environment and can double check the changes I did. In Inventor 2014, we've introduced the Inventor to Revit RFA workflow and continuously improved in the course of the releases. The enhanced Shrinkwrap capabilities can be fully leveraged with the Inventor to Revit workflow as well. Let's have a look at this workflow in the next video.
Autodesk Inventor 2018 has updated existing tools and added new functionality for preparing BIM-ready content within Inventor. BIM content tools have been streamlined into a single environment that has all the commands needed to simplify, author, and publish BIM content. Shrink wrapping has been enhanced to serve the needs of customers with large assembly model simplification. You can now leverage existing view, positional, and level of detail representations. New tools easily show what components are included or excluded from selection. Hole and pocket removal has been improved, and you can now remove fillets and chamfers. With the new preview tool, you can see what features are being removed. Inventor 2018 now fully supports Revit family categories, and you can now directly export Inventor parts and assemblies to a Revit RFA file. Manufacturers wanting to provide self-serve BIM content to architects, contractors, and distributors can use Publish to Configurator 360 and host the configurable content on their own websites. This removes the need for manufacturers to maintain two sets of models for engineering and BIM, and eliminates the tedious engineering work to simplify and produce BIM content for multiple product configurations. With Autodesk Inventor 2018, you have a complete tool set that makes the task of exchanging data between modeling tools simple. You protect your IP and increase sales while making it easy for your customers to use your products.
With the Inventor 2018.1 update, you get annotation functionality like dimensions, hole and thread nodes, or surface textures in Inventor assemblies delivered. Inventor RTM was only able to provide these functionalities in the Inventor part environment. Thumbnail images are now exported into EGXL along with the other information in the Bill of Materials dialog box. The thumbnail column must be included as a column in the Bill of Materials dialog box for the thumbnails to export to the external file. The Inventor 2018.2 update brings changes on the former ground and root component command. The first change, the command is called ground and root now. Previously, this command grounded, moved and used flush constraints with a single click to route the selected component to the origin of an assembly. Then it repositioned the component to the top of the browser. Now, the ground and root command supports multiple selections. You can select one or more components and then select one or more options in the new ground and root components dialog box, such as ground at origin, create origin flush constraints, and or reposition to the top of the browser. Generally, the ground and root command is available for a long time and should be known. But let's quickly run through the changes. Starting a new IAM template and selecting a couple of ports at once. Another one to have a better visual effect on the browser. When I hover over the assembly origin, you can see where the origin assembly work features are located in the graphics window. I call the ground and root command, focus on the ground and origin checkbox, and select the sheet metal board. As expected, the part origin moved to the assembly origin. You can simply double-check that in the graphics window by hovering over both origin work features. Leaving the sheet metal part at the assembly origin and just adding the flush constraints by the Create Origin Flush Constraints checkbox. Have a look at the browser, please. The constraints have been created under the last part and under the assembly origin planes. If there is the necessity to move the sheet metal part away from the IAM origin by the flush constraints, just uncheck the grounded options in the context menu of the concerning part. Last but not least, the view on the reposition to the top of the browser checkbox. Likewise easy to apply as the other both checkboxes. The result is a simple movement of the selected component at the top of the browser.